Hello, and welcome back to Shrimple Stuff. I would like to apologise for my inconsistent upload schedule due to working overtime recently, so I do apologise for that. But today we're going to cover something which a few people on r/ropefish on Reddit have asked about, is ropefish, also known as reed fish. We're going to cover sort of their care, so the basics of what they need, their parameters, tank setup, and the size of the tank. And also talk a little bit about their diet and their tank mates. We'll also look a little bit more in depth about their escape artist tendencies and the anatomy of the fish, and the different behaviours that they have, and also their natural environments and where they come from. So you should hopefully be able to recreate somewhat where they came from and give them the comfortable life that these gorgeous fish deserve. The average length of the ropefish is about 90 centimetres fully grown, and I always recommend a 50-gallon tank as a minimum, and add an extra 5 gallons per extra ropefish added. These are usually very social species that will do well in a community tank with larger tank mates. Leading on from that, they do coexist with large bottom dwellers like large peaceful catfish, Pleco, Sedontis catfish, but will also prey upon smaller species like ottos or guppies rather than nano-dwarf species. The species in captivity can live between 10 to 20 years, so is a very long commitment. Their parameters they can vary. They come from Central and West Africa, so there's warmer climates there, so you'll need to sort of keep your tank at a fairly warm, steady temperature. They come from fresh or brackish water. Usually people keep them in fresh, so they can live in a variety of environments. And that being said, they have a wide variety of parameter ranges, so they're reasonably easy to take care of. I put the parameters on the screen, so feel free to pause at any time in the video to have a look. And now on to my favourite part. The fascinating thing about ropefish is the fact that they have lungs and gills. This allows them to live in varying levels of water quality. This means they can breathe atmospheric air, but hopefully you won't see this, because it's a good indication that a water change is needed. And furthermore to that point, they will come up to the surface, so they need to get access to the top of the water and about an inch gap from the surface to the top of the water, and make sure that you have a tight-fitting lid as well, because as mentioned, they will try to escape. So expanding on that, any intake or outflow pipe on the canisters or anything similar to that will need covering, as they will try and swim up them. Now onto the diet of the ropefish. They require a high protein diet as they're opportunistic hunters in the wild, so they need things like bloodworm or high protein pellets or even beef heart, but they're all good choices. Onto the tank setup side of things, you want to be recreating the natural environment, so lots of caves, driftwood and hardy plants. They're appreciated because they like plants, and floating plants as well, to make them more comfortable going up to the surface. Ropefish vary in behaviours, and some can be quite dominant, but the overall majority are quite docile. They quickly become accustomed to you. At the beginning they're quite skittish, but they are quite personal. In regards to breeding, I'll link an article down below, because it's actually a fairly rare thing, and only recently have they been bred in captivity. I wanted to keep this one short and shrimple. Just if I've missed anything, feel free to comment, and as always, like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.